Welcome to CORESafety TV for 2022. We're going to be showing you lots of great news stories this year, and we'll be featuring even more interviews with CORESafety member companies. I want to remind you right now that if your mining operation has not yet been featured on one of our CORESafety TV shows, or if you have, but you've got something new to share on here, please don't hesitate to email me right now. I'd love to talk with you and get you on our calendar for 2022. I do want to start this show, however, by highlighting just a few important safety stories that we reported on over the last 12 months. Now, maybe you missed these, or maybe you forgot about them. But either way, we have a quick review for you. So grab your pencil, get ready to take some notes, and let's get started right now. First, more than 120 miners are injured each year by falling from ladders. And each March, we're reminded about these dangers because it's National Ladder Safety Month, sponsored by the American Ladder Institute in Chicago.
You want to be sure that you have the right ladder, set the ladder up properly so that you have a good platform to start your work. In a common sense sort of way, you want to make sure that you are keeping your body centered on the ladder, not overreaching, not standing too tall, too high on a ladder. And then by maintaining that good posture, working in a safe manner. When we talk about number one causes of accidents that they report, 62% of the respondents said that carrying materials and not maintaining 3 points of contact was a source of accidents in their organization over the last 2 years. Similarly, 38% reported the use of the top cap and the top step, which are both not to be used as standing surfaces, as a source of accidents.
Here's an interesting story we covered recently about drones and the fact that you can't fly them in underground coal mines yet. There's just not an available nor a permissible platform for them so far. But two gentlemen at New Mexico Tech are working on that problem right now.
This is something that we have multiple tracking cameras and tracking system, and this is a very safe place to test any drone that we have inside of this thing. And also since in the underground mines, we have ventilation, which is one of the challenges. So we are building arrays of fans so we can simulate this environment in the lab to perform this type of tests.
In the second phase of the project, we are going to fabricate the drone. We are going to do a lot of destructive tests, and those destructive tests including, making the drone explode or the battery to burn. Our goal is not to make money. Our goal is to do research and advance the knowledge in the mining industry, and specifically to improve the health and safety of underground mines.
Next, have you heard about Ergonomic 2.0? It's a newly updated ergonomics mining tool that's now available and was developed by NIOSH. Check this out.
We felt leveraging the technology that is available on the smartphone would be a very good way to conduct these audits in the mining industry. We have ergonomics audits for maintenance and repair work, for haul trucks usage, and for bagging operations primarily. In the way the app is developed as a simple question and answer format, even somebody without significant experience can still conduct the audit and get valid results from it.
In September, the global mining industry came together at MINExpo International 2021, the Las Vegas trade show sponsored by the National Mining Association.
Our first speaker today is Marcus Wickman.
Good morning. I want to talk a little bit about the human factors and how we measure the human factors. The industry as a whole has been moving over towards planned maintenance, predictive maintenance, in terms of improving the functionality and the efficiency of our assets. In recent years, we've incorporated the human factor into our checklists. We're checking, make sure that our equipment is right, we have the right tools, people have the PPE, you have the right approvals, licenses, the environment is correct, so that you can go do your job safely. So the human factor, it's been being acknowledged slowly over time. It's a key component to the operational safety and the operational efficiency of any organization.
Next on stage, we have Walter Simpson.
Good morning, all. We have a few different subjects to talk about here today, but what they asked me to do was give a presentation on generational differences in the workforce and how it's changing the safety in our industry. Quite honestly, if we get that figured out, you're going to have to help me, because quite honestly, I don't know exactly all the answers to that. But there are some clues that we can get or we can talk about when it comes to the safety in the industry. If you see what's on the screen there, you can see that we got 5 global generations. Well, that's on one website you look at, and you can do a lot of different searching on different websites. The fact of the matter is, who comes up with that? Who gets to decide when one generation stops and the other generation starts? Who gets to see? Who gets to say one's here and the next one is here? Actually, there's got to be one past Gen Z. I don't even know what it is, because it really doesn't matter. Because somebody's going to decide. It's not going to be me that decides, but somebody's going to decide. Fact of the matter is this. We all have to work with every one of these generations. Every one of them. You and I, we have to work with every one of these generations, and we have to provide a safe workplace and a safe work environment for all of them.
Welcome to the stage, Michael Weigleitner.
Thank you, Kim, for that induction. A little longer than I guess maybe I should have given them. But anyhow, I'd also like to thank NMA for inviting me to speak today during this session. What a new silica standard in the U.S. may look like. I'll spend some time talking about the past history and the current standard as it is today. The current standard as it is today within MSHA, they've broken it into 2 separate standards, basically covering the 2 different sectors, which is coal and metal and non-metal. We'll talk towards the coal side of it first off. So the coal dust PAL, the permissible exposure limit, is currently 1.5 milligrams as a time-weighted average over a working shift. That was lowered in 2014 from 2.0 milligrams. And then back in 2014, when they did lower it to the 1.5, they also put in place for the coal operators to do quarterly sampling. And they had to meet a number, which I'll cover a little bit later, as well as MSHA. They come out and do a health survey on the properties and collect their own samples as well.
OSHA allows administrative controls and PPE to meet the standard. Do you think MSHA will have a similar approach?
I do not. Everything that we're seeing there is, and that's one of the big differences between OSHA regulations and MSHA regulations, is MSHA in any sectors, any areas, they have never allowed, to use PPE as a substance for, lowering levels. So in this case, to allow you to wear respirators, to lower that number down to 50, I believe they will not allow that. I'm sure they'll stick to that. You have to engineer it out, basically, versus using PPE to help.
Finally, in October, we also shared the 2020 Sentinels of Safety Awards that are sponsored by the National Mining Association. Now, these are awarded to the nation's safest mines with a minimum of 4,000 injury-free hours. The awards were initiated in 1925 by Herbert Hoover, who was Commerce Secretary at that time. They remain the nation's most prestigious awards recognizing mining safety. The winners were announced at the MINExpo International Trade Show in Las Vegas in September. Now, if you'd like to see the complete list of winners, even those going back to 1925, just go to nma.org and search for Sentinels of Safety Award. Now, it's time to start giving you a refresher course on CORESafety's 20 modules. These make up the very foundation of our safety and health management system. And each month, I intend to give you a look into the core elements of each module. Let's start now with module number 1, Leadership Development. CORESafety's module number 1 focuses on leadership development. Leadership development starts with identifying and developing employees in leadership positions or with leadership potential who can influence safety and health performance improvement, positively and knowingly affect safety culture, and help the organization achieve the 0-55 objective. Leadership development is a process that begins with leaders understanding their strengths and weaknesses. This understanding helps leaders focus on areas of potential improvement. To effectively influence safety and health performance improvement, leaders should do these 8 things. First, hold themselves and their subordinates accountable. Be action-oriented. Be collaborative. Be an effective communicator. Have integrity. Provide effective performance feedback. Be systems-focused. And have a personal vision and passion for safety excellence. Now, why is it important to identify potential leaders in your mining operation, and how should you go about doing it? First, determining who is a safety and health leader will affect your approach to leadership development. Think carefully about leaders in your organization. Is it top-line managers? What about staff positions? Is it anyone who can control their own behavior and influence others? If the latter is true, there are a number of strong leaders among the entire workforce, including non-salaried positions. Determining who is a safety and health leader for the purpose of achieving the 0-55 goal will affect your approach to leadership development. Leaders who are held accountable by themselves and by the company will have far greater success in making change permanent and positive. They also will have greater success in enhancing the organization's culture and ensuring adequate resources to achieve the 0-55 goal. In conclusion, it's important to either develop and deliver your own leadership process or access an external development process from CORESafety or a consultant. For more information on this first CORESafety module, simply go to our website at CORESafety.org. And next month, we'll take a look at CORESafety's module number 2, Responsibility and Accountability. In the meantime, please be sure to watch for our updates on Facebook and on Twitter. On behalf of NMA and CORESafety, I'm Nelson Duffel. I'll see you here again next month. Until then, please be safe out there, and thanks for watching. Special thanks to all of the interviewees who shared their safety-related stories with us in 2021. And remember that it's now a new year, time to reach out to us and tell us what you're up to safety-wise. Here's how.
To share one of your safety stories, videos, or photos, email us at info@CORESafetyTV.org.